Hello everyone, I Vikram Vora welcomes you in this video. In this video, we'll discuss about the UNESCO. Recently, UNESCO added two Indian cities in its heritage list. So in this video, we'll try to know what is UNESCO, what are the objectives of UNESCO, what is the significance of the heritage list, and we will also try to know the some facts about the Indian heritage sites. But right now, I am having one question. Tell me in which date every year the International Literacy Day is celebrated. You can type the answer into comment section. I will tell you the answer at the last of the video. So UNESCO stands for United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. It is a specialized agency of UN. Specialized agency means it is an agency of UN, but it works independently. It is having its own set of rules and regulation. It is having its own member states. It is having its own budget. That is called specialized agency. So it was founded on 14 November 1945 when the UN was founded even. So it is having the headquarter in the beautiful city of France, that is Paris. Right now it is having also 53 regional field offices. We can say these have headquarters who are continuously working to meet the objectives of this organization. Right now the UNESCO is having 193 countries as its member states, and the current director general, we can say the highest administrator of this organization or highest designation of this organization. So currently the Audrey Azoulay, she was a French civil servant and politician. Now currently he is heading the UNESCO. Coming to the budget of the UNESCO, how the UNESCO runs. So it is a kind of budget that the UNESCO collects from its member states. The member states are paying the membership fee as a member to the UNESCO. So this is the fee that is somewhere proportional to the GDP of the individual country. They are annual basis paying to the UNESCO. So that is the fee that runs as a budget of the UNESCO. Now moving on, let me tell you the objectives of UNESCO. The UNESCO is having numerous objectives, but the main objective is promoting peace, security through the international cooperation in education, science and culture. It also promotes literacy, advanced science, protecting independence of media, press freedom, and the moreover it also preserve the cultural history, and it is also promoting the cultural diversity across the globe. So we can say it is having the goal of sustainable development as well. Sustainable development means the development, we are continuously moving in the path of development, but at the same time we are also conserving, we are also preserving the heritage, culture, climate and atmosphere of this world. In addition to this, UNESCO over the years has initiated number of days for promoting them, for spreading the awareness for these special things, like International Women's Day on 8th March every year, that is celebrated, in World Environment Day on 5th June, World AIDS Day on 1st December. So these all are were the initiatives of UNESCO. In 1972, it started to work upon the World Natural and Cultural Heritage Sites. And in 1976, it formed the World Heritage Committee. So the now question is how the sites are getting added in this list. So this process starts from the member country. Member countries are sending their recommendation to the UNESCO. The World Heritage Committee checks the recommendation of the member states. Then after on fulfilling the criteria of the UNESCO, they generally adds this site to the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Right now the UNESCO is adding the sites into three categories. The first one is the natural, second one is the cultural, third one is the mixed. Natural means we are having the national parks, we are having the flora and fauna, they need to be preserved. So they comes under the natural category. Cultural category means we are having the ancient architecture like forts, like monuments, they need to be preserved. That comes under the category of cultural. The mixed is a combination of both natural and cultural. So, coming to the news, recently two of the cities of Madhya Pradesh, Gwalior and Orcha, were added by UNESCO in its World Heritage Cities list, and that was informed by the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan. So, this Gwalior and Orcha are two cities. They are having the historical fort cities. They are having the ancient temples. They are having the ancient forts. They need to be preserved. They need to be conserved for the future. That's why the UNESCO accepted the recommendation of India and joined and added the Gwalior and Orcha in its list. Moving on, right now we are having the 38 World Heritage Sites except the Gwalior and Orcha, and among them 30 are cultural, 7 are natural, and 1 is mixed. Only mixed site we are having is a Kanchenjunga National Park from Sikkim. And the first time in 1983, the sites from India were added by UNESCO in its list. They were Taj Mahal and Agra Fort from Agra, Ajanta Caves and Ellora Caves from Maharashtra. Moving on, we are already having two cities in its list. The first is Jaipur, also known as the Pink City, that was added by UNESCO in 2019, and the second one, Ahmedabad, known as a walled city, that was added by UNESCO in 2017. Some other facts of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites are the maximum sites in this list are from China and Italy. Each are having 55 sites in this list, and Japan is having the second number, having 48 sites. So India's number in this list is 6th. So now the question is here, what is the significance of this list? The significance is when the UNESCO adds the particular site to its list, it makes the master plan for it. It takes the special care for that site, for preserving it for the future, for the years, for the upcoming generations. So it try to execute the master plan over the site for making it sustainable for the years. Moreover, it also sends or provides the money to the member states to maintain it, to preserve it, to conserve it. Surely the UNESCO is doing a remarkable thing here. We must appreciate the works of the UNESCO. Now the time for the question, answer of the question I had asked at the starting of the video. So it is the 8th September. The International Literacy Day is celebrated every year, and that was the initiative of UNESCO. He took this initiative in 1966. From that time, every year the International Literacy Day is celebrated on 8th September every year. So just to combat the worldwide issue of illiteracy and just spread the education around the globe, it was the initiative of UNESCO. So that's all from my side. If you find this video informative, please like it and subscribe this channel. Also share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching.